Okay, so I'm going to get into the vehicle using 3 points of contact. We use these handholds here and put my foot here, raise myself up, continuously be in contact with the truck. I'm going to shut the door, and the first thing we're going to talk about is this here seat belt. There are no cuts, frays, or tears in the seat belt. It's kind of like checking the belt on the alternator, except it latches and unlatches from the seat belt latch. We want to make sure that it stays latched. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and build our air up. And while we're building our air up, we're going to check all these other things. So we're going to make sure our brakes are pulled, engaged, because it says right here, pull to apply. Well, that means when you pull it out, them spring brakes run up against that brake drum. So pull to apply, push to release. If I push it in, that releases those brake pads off of the drum, and then you're free to roll. So we're going to come down here, and I'm going to rock this key to the run position. Watch my gauges sweep and bleed. ABS light come on and go off. I'm going to cover my brake, make sure this is in neutral, and start the truck. So the first thing we notice when we start building the air and all that, we're going to look at our mirrors. Our mirrors are properly adjusted, they're clean and clear on both sides of the truck. We're going to go to our windshield. Our windshield is also clean and clear, free of debris. There are no cracks on our windshield. Moving our way down, we see our wipers. Our wipers are affixed to the wiper studs. The arms are not bent. The rubber sits flat along the glass. They appear not to have any streaks when they're being used. If I press on my washer fluid, a little bit squirts out, works and it squirts. While we're at this, I'm going to check my left turn signal, check my four ways, and check my right turn signal. Turn our lights on. Our high beam light illuminates. We're also going to start checking our gauges. Our truck's been running today, so right now it's sitting at 150 degrees. It can be anywhere between 180 and 190. Depends on the truck. This is our oil pressure. Should be anywhere between 30 and 60 pounds of pressure in that engine on that gauge. Moving our way over and down, we see two air gauges, a primary and a secondary air gauge. The governor cutout on this is at 125 psi, and it is nearly there now. I'm going to check my HVAC system, make sure that the air blows up here and down here. Our city horn works, and our highway horn works. So first we're going to leave this applied. We're going to put it in gear and tug on it to make sure it works. So I'm going to cover the brake, press my foot on the brake a little bit. It's now in gear. I'm going to get off the brake, and it doesn't move. Cover the brake again. We're going to do a surface brake check. I'm going to pull ahead 5 miles an hour. I'm going to gently press the brake. The steering wheel should not move left or right, which would indicate that it has a bad brake alignment. Pressing in the brake now. 5 miles an hour. Steering wheel did not move left or right. Our brakes are aligned. I'm going to put this vehicle in neutral. We're on a flat surface, so this vehicle is not going to roll. So we want to make sure that we have enough air to do your leaks, alarms, and buttons at this point. So we're at 120 psi right now. I'm going to go ahead and shut the engine off. Turn the key back to the run position. Watch all the gauges sweep and bleep, click and clack, and all that other stuff. The ABS light came on and went off again. What we're going to do is we're going to do our leak down test. I happen to have a stopwatch right here. I'm going to clear this stopwatch. So what I'm looking for, I'm looking to have my brake button pushed in, our vehicle totally full of air. We're going to look at it. It's at 120 psi right now. I'm going to put my foot on the brake pedal. It will drop some pressure. I will give the examiner a reading at that point after it stabilizes. So putting my foot on it, So now we're maybe 115 psi, almost, and we're going to hold this for 1 minute. This thing should not lose more than 3 psi in 1 minute. So start the minute, and it's going to be a whole minute that we're waiting. Looks like 53 seconds, 54, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It did not lose 3 psi in 1 minute because it's sitting right there still. Although the gauge didn't move. This is a good truck. Anyway, so now we want this thing to lose air because we got to check the alarms. We're going to want this thing to lose air. For the alarms to come on, it must come on above 55 psi. If it does not come on above 55 psi, the sensor in this truck is junk. It needs to be fixed. We bring it over to maintenance, say, hey, what's up? Right? Write it up, it'll get fixed in a month. I'm gonna fan the brakes down till this thing comes on above 55 psi. There's that light. That's probably 70 psi, maybe 65. Lights on, warning us, hey, you're about to lose your air. You're about to have the next thing happen, which is that button popping out. And that's going to pop out between 20 and 45. Oh, there it is. And that popped out around, I'd say 35 psi. 35. And that's our leaks, alarms, and buttons. Man, it got some turtles in here. There's a lot of them.